Greetings, you elegant elves. My name is Quagteen and this is Brick Gaming. Now, today has been announced that The Elder Scrolls Online will be going free to play in, I believe it was March, and that's just before the console release in June. Now, as a person who was a very early adopter of the game, I believe I was in on day one. I do have quite mixed opinions on this. Business decision. As I said, being a person who has bought it on day one, paid quite a few months subscription fee, and have actually completed every single bit of the content, I'm somewhat disappointed, and I feel like that my money has been wasted when I could have just waited. But nonetheless, I think this is a good move for Bethesda and Zenimax Online. For the console market especially, I know that a lot of people weren't very happy with the idea of having to pay for PlayStation Plus or Xbox Live and the subscription service for the Elder Scrolls Online. This is going to get people kind of into it, I really do think. I mean, it doesn't have a very big market at the moment, and World of Warcraft, a business model which has been almost identical for 10 years, is doing a million times better than them. You would have thought that a company such as Zenimax, who can throw a lot of money at this game, would do a little bit better with the business model, but alas, no. We haven't really seen any new content for the Elder Scrolls Online, which is very, very disappointing. As I say, I've completed all of the campaigns, and they're not that different from each other. I know lately that they were thinking about implementing a justice system and a champion system, which is, I believe it's doing away with the old veteran system. Don't quote me on that, but it's to do with the experience point system, which can make the end game seem a lot more robust. I didn't even get into the PvP because I felt like it was very difficult, and I felt like the end game with my character in the veteran mode was a lot more difficult than I would have liked, and it's quite annoying because the entire game I was learning how to do things, and I got really, really good at it, providing you don't play in first fucking person mode, because that really does screw you over. And then you're thrown into veteran mode when you finish the end game and you've done all the quests, and it's not really the same. It's doable, but difficult. Now, many people would say that's a good thing. I think it's a very good thing for someone who has the patience. But for somebody who is thirsty for more content with my character, what I did instead was I went to play as another character from a different. Like I went to play as a high elf to play in their domain, you know. But I would have liked to have taken my veteran rank dark elf there, but I just felt like it was much better just to make a new character. Now, the PlayStation and Xbox One port, I'm a bit worried about. I don't know how they're going to do it. I think MMOs work much better on PC, although I have no objection to them going on console. I think it's probably a good business move, and the Xbox One and PlayStation 4 are both very, very nice systems, both very powerful. I've used them both in the past. My fiance owns them both, and I've got my PC. It's just what we both prefer, you know. I'm just a bit worried about the combat bar system. I mean, if I wanted to, for example, throw a chain at an enemy, pull them towards me, and do a couple of cool slashes, I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 0 to assign them to. You got 100 and something buttons on a keyboard, and I'm just a bit worried that the 12 or 14 so buttons on a controller might not be enough. That said, I think Dragon Age did it pretty well, so I'm not going to lose all hope quite yet. Another reason why I was a little bit worried about the transition between subscriber base and free to play was microtransactions. Now, you can't have smoke without fire, so it really is to be expected. But I don't want them to go over the top with microtransactions. I mean, they've already proved that they're willing to do things like that with the Imperial Edition. What was it? 20 extra pounds, and you got the Imperial race, a white horse, and some followers. That's £20 worth of good content, Zenimax. I think that's a bit ridiculous, personally. But I'm a massive fan of the Elder Scrolls. I've been playing since Morrowind. Morrowind's one of my favourite games of all time. That's why I'd love to bring some Skywind content to the channel when they port it into the Morrowind engine. And I didn't buy the day one Imperial edition. I actually found the Imperial armor and everything, and was able to get the Imperial look. I don't really care about the race. It's probably a race I never really chose all that much when I played Morrowind, Oblivion, and Skyrim. They're just ordinary humans. You don't jump into a fantasy game to play as an ordinary human. At least I don't. I love Dark Elves, so that's why I started as a Dark Elf in Morrowind and Elder Scrolls Online. They are going to be implementing a new Elder Scrolls Online Plus, which is a way of being a subscriber, but they say you're going to get a bunch of extra content, especially when they bring some DLC packs out, which sounds pretty exciting. And it sounds to me like they're not going to have as many debuffs as the free-to-play model is going to have. The Old Republic did something quite similar, if I remember correctly. You're not allowed to use mounts, I believe, unless you buy them using microtransactions, which kind of sucks. But you know what? You've got all this content for free, and all you have to do is buy the base game. I don't really know what people are complaining about. I've read a comment where a guy today said, I'm gonna wait 6 months longer because they'll end up bringing the free version of the game out. Some MMOs have done that, like Star Wars: The Old Republic did that. You can actually just get it for free and jump into it and play it. I don't think Elder Scrolls Online is going to do that personally. So if you're watching this video, that's not something I think it's going to happen. World of Warcraft themselves, a 10-year-old franchise, haven't implemented a free game. You actually have to buy that game. You can have the first 20 levels for free, and that's it. Then you got to go purchase the game, and that's fine. It works. I believe Guild Wars 2 is the exact same thing. You do have to buy that game, and you know what? People need to stop spitting the dummy out a little, because these companies need to make money, and microtransactions is something that you get with an early access game like H1Z1 or whatever the hell it's called. And for a company like Zenimax and Bethesda, it's pittance. They do want to make a bit of money through this, and despite what people say about the Elder Scrolls Online, it's not a bad game. I don't know where people get this from. I mean, it's not the best game I've ever played. Definitely not. And it doesn't have the Elder Scrolls feel to it a lot of the time. I feel that was promised to us, and it was disregarded. There isn't an exploration. There's no exploration really in it, and there's no wandering off to find something. It really is just an MMO in that world. Nonetheless, I think you have to take the game with a pinch of salt. People went into the game expecting another Skyrim, which is basically, I believe, what got the series popular with a lot of the people who buy the Elder Scrolls Online. A lot of us we've been with it from the very beginning, so we don't really care. I mean, I found it great just to be in Morrowind again. I didn't care about picking all the shit up. I mean, it's nice that I could pick some stuff up, and it was getting better when I actually left, which was a few months ago. Well, not early last year, maybe August, September, October last year I left, I think. Having quite a few months in it, and the guys at Zenimax Online do have some really cool ideas for some new content. The fact of the matter is, I would just like to see that content. Yeah. Now they've got a new edition that's coming out for consoles, which presumably is going to have a little bit more content in. Let's hope, fingers crossed. But it isn't going to be free. It'll be probably the recommended retail price, which I think was £35.99, £40. I think I paid £40 for it, but I got the Explorer pack free. I don't know if it's going to encompass all the content that's already out, but let's hope they do something like that, which is at least kind of sensible. I do have high hopes for this. I don't think they're going to do what people want them to do and allow Xbox One players, PC players and PlayStation 4 players to play together. Which would be cool though, because the whole thing's supposed to be a mega server. I don't see how they could pull that off though, because they're going to use different mega servers for each console, which is a shame. I just hope it does well. I really want the company to have a drive to do something. Do you know what I mean? I really want that game to get a lot more content, because it's a world that people are familiar with, it's a world that people love. Elder Scrolls Online has a lot of potential on paper, but when push comes to shove, they can't seem to get their ideas down, and that's what worries me. I'm glad putting money down isn't a huge deal now, and I just want them to make something of it, because that game has got the potential to be pretty exciting. And it's going to run on quite a few machines with no bother whatsoever. I mean, it ran on my old laptop, and I'm gaming PC now really can just wipes the floor with it. So that's what I want to see. That's really what I want to see. I'm going to leave you on that note. I just wanted to express my feelings about the free-to-play change. Please, yeah, maybe if you want to go sign on for a little bit, pay a bit of money, support the guys. I think they'd really appreciate that. Maybe start your character off, because I believe you can port your character to PC. Sorry, from PC to Xbox One and PlayStation 4. Now that's a pretty exciting thing. Grand Theft Auto 5 is doing that for the online as well, which is why I haven't put my character on my fiance's PlayStation 4. And I'm keeping it for PC, which I'm going to be playing with you guys when it comes out at the end of March. So yeah, maybe get a start. I think that'd be a really good idea. If you're really into the franchise, don't take my word for it. Don't pre-order, for God's sake. But it's really worth a try. It's just a shame they don't have any demos or first 20 level kind of thing. But when push comes to shove, that's what's going to happen. That's the way of life. Thank you very much for joining me. Please like and subscribe this video. I really do need some more subscribers. I'd like some more people to get some more content out too. And I'm finally got my arse into gear with this channel. So please join me next time for some Let's Play videos, discussions, and some reviews. My name's been Quagteen. This is Brick Gaming, and I will see you next time.